guys, it's Kaylin with Venture Flow, and last week we did a meditation, so this week we're going to get a little more active and do some yoga. And since everyone's affected by this pandemic differently, others are super comfortable right now, and others are in a serious financial crisis, we need to come together and show compassion for everyone. And we're not going to be able to fix these problems, but let's take this time to come into the present moment and focus on what's good and what we have and the good that can come out of this. So Willem's going to join us, and we'll wait for him to roll out his mat. And then we'll start lying down on our backs. And bring your right leg into your chest and give it a hug. And start to deepen your breath. And slow it down. And start to bring all your inhales in through your nose and all your exhales out through your nose. And we'll start to engage what we call an ujjayi breath, which is just a slight constriction in the back of the throat that brings us more into the present moment. And then on your next inhale, inhale your breath. And then exhale your right leg over to the left. But keep your right hip glued to the mat and hug in your leg to your chest. And this should stretch out your hip flexor a little bit. You can really grab it and pull it in if you don't feel it. And take a few breaths here. And then extend your leg up long. And exhale your leg forward towards your face. And you can bend your leg if it's pretty intense. But shoot for keeping your right hip on the mat and in line with your other hip. And then exhale your right leg over to the left just a slight bit while keeping your right hip down. And this should give you a nice AT band stretch. And use your breath to let your body relax the tension when the stretch gets intense. And then inhale your leg back and set it down. Inhale your left leg in. And then exhale over to the right. And keep your left hip down and then hug your leg into your chest. Inhale your leg up, and exhale, draw your leg in towards your face. Take one more inhale, and then exhale your leg over to the left. Just a slight bit to really get into your AT band. And if it gets intense, you can come out of it and then gently go back in a little bit. up, exhale down to the mat, and then roll up. And find yourself on your hands and knees, and then exhale into downward facing dog. So you can walk out your Achilles if that feels good, but the main goal is to send your tailbone to the sky rather than your heels to the floor. So you can bend your knees a lot, but focus on the tailbone extension. And press all your fingers really hard into the mat. And inhale, look forward. And exhale, take some tiny steps forward. Exhale, forward fold. Find a generous bend in your knees to really accentuate the length in your back rather than the stretch in the back of your legs. You can shake your head yes or no. And toe heel your feet to touch. And roll up vertebrae by vertebrae to standing. Inhale, mountain pose. So bring your arms to the sky. And then rotate your tailbone down to the floor. Take an inhale and exhale. Side body stretch. So grab your left wrist with your right arm. And the goal really is to find length rather than just bending over to the side. And engage in through your core so you're not really loosening through your back. You want to protect your lower back. Inhale up and exhale, side body stretch on the other side. So grab your right wrist and go over. Focus on rotating your tailbone down to engage your core. And then inhale back up. Exhale, forward fold. In the way, halfway lift. So you can plant your hands on your shins or above on your thighs. And find length. And then exhale. High to mid plank, chaturanga. So you can start in a high plank, lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog. Or do that from your knees. And then exhale, down dog. And then inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. And then bring your toes to touch, but find a sliver of space in between your heels. And inhale, chair pose. So bring your arms high and sit back low. And look over your knees and make sure you can see your toes. And then rotate your tailbone so you're not opening up too much in your back. And draw your shoulder blades down your back. And exhale, drinking bird. Sweep your arms back. And then lean forward onto the tops of your toes. And then come back to your Ujjayi breath. And inhale, chair. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, chaturanga. And you're always welcome to skip it. You can just go from a high plank into a down dog as well. And inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Bring your arms high and just find a lunge, but your knee should be directly stacked over your ankle. And then find engagement through your back heel to really engage through your back left leg. Take one more inhale and exhale, warrior two. And then pivot your back left foot so it's perpendicular to your right foot. And then again, stack your knee right over your ankle. And then you can twist your body and then put your head forward too. And draw your shoulder blades down your back. And then inhale, reverse warrior. So little to no weight in your back hand. And then bringing your right arm to the sky and just finding length through the side body. And one more inhale. And exhale, low lunge. And then inhale your right arm high. And open up through your hip. And then exhale your chaturanga to down dog. And then inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Bring your hands to the sky. And press through all four corners of your foot on your left foot. Maybe sit an inch lower. And come back to your breath. Engage through your core to scissor your legs together to make sure your hips are parallel to the front. And one more inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Pivot your back foot so it's perpendicular to your front. And then inhale, reverse warrior. And find lengthen through your left side. And instead of arching down, you're looking up to find length. Another inhale. And exhale, low lunge. And inhale, your arm high. And exhale back down. And then your way to chaturanga. And then inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. And then pivot to the left so your feet are facing the left, your toes. And then inhale, star. Pivot your feet out. And exhale, horse. Sit down and low so your head is stacked right over your hips and your shoulders are stacked over your hips. And come back to your breath. Maybe sit an inch lower. And then inhale, star pose. And then exhale, warrior two. And then come down. And chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Pivot to the right. Toes facing the right. And then inhale, star pose. Pivot your toes out. And then exhale, horse. And drag your shoulder blades down your back. And as soon as you find frustration or intensity, just come back to the moment. Try and find something to be grateful for. And then inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. And exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. And then come down onto your knees. And roll onto your back. And bring your right leg in. And then bring it over to the left side. And then your right arm, plant it into the ground so your shoulder's grounded and your knee does not have to touch the left side, but it can. Just focus on the twist in your back. And let your breath slow down a little bit. Maybe notice how your body feels different, if it does. And inhale your leg back to center. And switch it out, bring your left leg in. And then draw it over to the right. And your left arm onto the ground in a cactus-like position. Maybe notice how each side is different. We are asymmetrical, so each side is going to always be different. And then bring your left leg in. Give yourself one final hug. And then exhale, Shavasana. Let your body just relax for around 30 seconds to a minute. Let your body just slow down and process. Maybe visualize yourself melting into the ground. Maybe think of 5 things that you're grateful for on your right hand. And then when you're ready, but no rush to come out, if you'd like to stay, you You can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and deepen your breath. And start to bring some life back into your body. And then you can roll onto one side. The right side's more awakening, the left side is more restorative. And then inhale up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank you guys for joining today. I really appreciate it. Maybe think of someone in your life that needs the compassion for their situation right now. And we will be coming back with weekly stuff every week, so namaste.